Okay, pause for a second. Seriously. Don't scroll yet. That I know why you clicked in. It's probably because money has been feeling sensitive lately. Maybe you're working hard, but it still doesn't feel like enough. Maybe you do have income, but it never really stays. Saving feels impossible. Maybe you understand a lot of principles, but the moment you actually have to decide, take action, or talk about money, your body tightens. Your mind gets messy. And then you start blaming yourself again. I'm not disciplined enough. I'm not working hard enough. I'm not smart enough. But today I want to put a more uncomfortable, more important truth right in front of you. Your problem might not be that you can't make money. It might be that every single day, you're doing one thing, something so small you barely notice it, but it's like a tiny faucet that's been left on, quietly. Constantly, leaking your wealth energy in the background, and it keeps pulling you back into the same loop. You start to improve, you get a little momentum, and then somehow you're right back where you started. Got it? And just to be clear, when I say wealth energy, I'm not trying to make it sound mystical. I mean something very concrete, something you can verify immediately. When you face anything money related, where does your attention go? Does your body soften, or does it tense up? Is your first reaction open and receiving, or defensive? And what do you do next? That whole chain of reactions together is your money field. Your money magnetism. You don't have to believe me yet, just observe. Why is it that some people don't work as hard as you do, but they seem to get opportunities more easily? They can name higher prices, and money seems more willing to stay with them. And why is it that some people are grinding like crazy, but at key moments they keep choosing what feels good short-term, and makes them poorer long-term? Today's video is going to be long, probably 50 to 60 minutes, because I don't want to just give you emotional comfort. I want to take this leaking mechanism apart at the root, and then give you a repair process you can reuse, again and again. Here are the 3 things you're going to get from this video. First, you're going to clearly see what that daily leaking move actually is, and why it makes you feel like the harder you work, the more exhausted you get, and the more you want to get rich, the more anxious you become. Second, we're going to do a super clear self-check and break the leak into 3 types: language leaks, emotional leaks, and behavior leaks. So you'll know exactly which one you are, and where you're leaking the most. Third, I'm going to walk you through a set of stop the bleeding actions you can use immediately. So when the emotions spike, when you want to escape, when you want to impulse buy, when you want to shut down and start denying yourself, you'll know how to pull your system out of defense mode and back into receiving mode. And then I'll give you a simple daily routine, just 10 minutes a day, to stabilize your money magnetism, so you start becoming someone who can hold it, keep it, and dare more and more. Here's something most people never realize: you think you're lacking money, but what you're actually lacking is an internal structure of safety, because when you don't feel safe inside, your system goes into survival mode. You use scarcity to protect yourself, you use avoidance to protect yourself, you use procrastination to protect yourself, you use impulse spending to buy a few minutes of relief, and those protections are exactly where the leak happens. So don't rush to argue with me, and don't rush to blame yourself either. Let's treat this like an experiment. For the next few minutes, just listen with one question in your head: in what way am I pushing money away? And after the first round of breakdown, you're going to notice something: that a lot of what you thought were bad habits, bad emotions, or even bad luck are actually pointing to the same thing. You've been unconsciously training your system, over and over, to confirm money is dangerous. Money leaves. I don't deserve it. I can't hold it. And once you can see that confirmation happening, you can stop feeding it. Alright, now we're moving into part 2 that I'm going to make that leaking move painfully specific, so specific you'll start matching it to scenes from your own life, one after another, and you'll realize, this isn't a personality flaw, that it's an automatic program, and it's a program you can turn off. Let me put it more plainly. There's a leak you're doing every single day, something you're already very practiced at. Without realizing it, you treat money like a threat signal. So your attention automatically starts scanning for what's missing, your body automatically goes into defense mode, and your behavior automatically chooses whatever brings short-term relief. Those three link together like an invisible funnel, quietly draining your wealth energy bit by bit. You can start by replaying your morning. When you wake up, is the first thing you do to grab your phone. And then you see messages, other people's updates, notifications, and instantly your mind switches into comparison and anxiety. Even if you're not thinking about money directly, your system is running the exact same scan. Am I falling behind? Am I enough? Am I going to be replaced? Then you think about today's spending, bills you need to pay, work you have to finish, and does your body tighten without you noticing? Shoulders lifting, breath getting shallow, this urgent push in your chest. And that, right there, is your defense mode switching on. The moment it's on, clear choices get harder, because clarity needs space, but defense mode only wants one thing: get out of the discomfort, fast. And then something sneaky happens, you start slipping into a hidden habit. You're not really making decisions, you're seeking shelter. You open a shopping app, not because you need something, but because you want a quick hit of control and reward. You scroll short videos, not because you're relaxing, but because you're trying to disappear from the pressure for a minute. You order delivery, not because you're hungry, but because you want an instant satisfaction to press down that emptiness inside. And none of these actions are evil. That's not the point. The problem is, they keep repeating the same signal: I'm lacking. I'm scared. I need compensation, right now. And when that kind of compensation becomes your default, you slowly build a body, a mindset, a nervous system that says, even if money comes, it won't stay. Because what your system learned wasn't how to build structure. It learned how to build painkillers. And here's the part that hits harder: this leak is really good at disguising itself as reality, as logic, as being careful. You tell yourself you're just being practical, you see an opportunity, and your first thought isn't, can I learn this? Can I try? It's, what if it's a scam? What if I fail? What if I waste my time? And you think, I'm just protecting myself. But notice what that protection actually does: it keeps you stuck, and staying in the same place, financially, almost always means you're sliding backward, because costs rise. Markets shift. Time passes. Standing still is basically decline, and it shows up in money conversations too. You bring up a raise, you name your price, you talk to a client. A partnership, a collaboration. And suddenly your throat tightens, you automatically quote lower, you shrink your request, you tuck your value behind you. Then you tell yourself, lower is safer. Smaller is smarter. Don't be too much. But what your system is actually saying is, I can't hold this. I'm afraid of rejection. I'm afraid of conflict. And money, ironically, tends to flow toward the people who are more willing to hold it, more willing to claim it, more willing to say it clearly. Now, there's an even more hidden kind of leak that it's the joking things you say about yourself. You don't think it counts that it's just a little rant, right? I'm so broke. I could never have that much money. Money is so hard to make. But when you say it 10 times a day, 70 times a week, you're not just venting that, you're running a consistent form of self-hypnosis. You turn scarcity into an identity label, and identity drives behavior. Behavior creates reality. Reality then proves the label, and just like that, the loop is complete. So here's what I want you to do right now. A tiny observation that I know changing anything yet. Just notice. When you think about money, does your body feel open or tight? What's your very first sentence? Is it permission or rejection? And what's your first move? Do you face it, or do you escape? And if you realize that most of the time you're tight, you reject, you avoid, that doesn't mean you're hopeless. Honestly, it means the opposite. That it means you found the entrance, that you've located where the leak starts. Because the moment you can see a program, it already starts losing its control over you. And in the next part, we're going to get way more precise, that we're not just going to throw around the word scarcity. We're going to break this leak down with a simple self-check into 3 clear types: language leaks, emotional leaks, behavior leaks. So you'll know exactly which one is draining you the most, and why the things you've tried in the past never really worked. Now we're going to do a self-test. This isn't about labeling you, it's about helping you instantly see where the leak is, because to fix the leak, you need to address the right spot. Otherwise, you'll fall into a very common trap of self-exhaustion. You think you're dealing with an emotional leak, but you end up repeating money affirmations. You think you're dealing with a behavioral leak, but you only meditate without taking action. You think you're dealing with a language leak, but you tell yourself, I'm just venting, and don't think it affects your reality. This test is simple. Treat it like an observation experiment. For each statement, give yourself a score from 1 to 3. 1 means almost never, 2 means occasionally, 3 means often. You can open your phone's notes app right now and create 3 columns: language, emotion, behavior. At the end of each column, you'll have a total score. But here's the key: a higher score doesn't mean worse, it just tells you where your system is most used to leaking energy. Let's start with language leaks. That a lot of people underestimate this one, because language might just seem like expression, but to your subconscious, language is a command. That it's an identity statement. That it's your worldview that you repeat every single day. Listen to these sentences. Do they sound familiar? When you talk about pricing, you automatically say, that's too expensive. When you see an opportunity, you say, that's not my path. When you think about income, you say, money is too hard to make. When you face a setback, you say, I knew this was going to happen. You even joke about it to make it lighter, like, I'm so broke, I shine. I'm just not meant for wealth. I'm not worthy of having that much. Now, give yourself an honest score. That if you almost never say these things, give yourself 0. That if you say them occasionally, give yourself 1. That if these phrases slip out often, give yourself 2. Here's the crucial point: these sentences aren't just describing reality, that they're confirming reality. And your system will prioritize what you constantly confirm as fact. Once you confirm scarcity, difficulty, or hopelessness as your truth, you'll start automatically shrinking your choices, automatically lowering your prices, automatically avoiding negotiations, automatically putting yourself into smaller containers. So, of course, money feels harder to reach, and harder to keep. Next, let's talk about emotional leaks. This one usually isn't about, you don't understand the logic. It's more about your body not letting you receive. Here are a few scenarios to observe. When you open your balance, your bills, or your paycheck, does your chest tighten? Does your breath get shallow? Does your mind drift away? Do you even feel an urge to avoid looking at it? When you hear others talk about making money, investing, or growing, does your body react with a sudden uncomfortable heat, like a mix of jealousy, anxiety, shame, or fear? When you have to name a price, talk about money, or negotiate, does your throat tighten? Does your heart start to race? Do you start to explain, back down, or automatically lower your price? Give yourself a score. If you can mostly stay calm when facing money-related information, give yourself 0. If you get nervous occasionally but can pull yourself back, give yourself 1. If you frequently feel anxious, avoid, or tense up at the thought of money, give yourself 2. The core of emotional leaks is this: you've encoded money in your body as a danger signal. So, whenever money appears, your system triggers defense mode, but defense doesn't make you richer. It leads you to make conservative, avoidant, and short-term coping choices. That's why some people, even with decent income, still feel broke, because their bodies keep telling them, don't receive. Receiving is unsafe. Finally, let's talk about behavioral leaks. This is often misunderstood as simply, I'm lazy, or I lack discipline. But a more accurate description is, your system is using certain behaviors to get instant emotional relief, and the cost of that relief is your future wealth. Think about these patterns. Do they sound familiar? When stress builds up, you go shopping, you feel a moment of ease after the purchase, but then, you're left with more anxiety and guilt. You know certain actions could make you wealthier, like tracking your spending, budgeting, learning new skills, reaching out to clients, raising your prices, or building your portfolio, but you keep putting it off with thoughts like, I'll do it tomorrow, or, I'll do it when I'm ready. And then, a whole year goes by, and you're still stuck. You use binge-watching videos, procrastination, or staying up late to escape the reality of your financial numbers, but in the end, you're left with lower energy, more scattered judgment, and worse efficiency, creating a vicious cycle. Now, give yourself a score. If you mostly take actions that money loves, give yourself 0. If you occasionally procrastinate but can pull yourself back, give yourself 1. If you often use consumption, avoidance, or procrastination to ease the pain knowing what you should do but repeatedly not doing it, give yourself 2. The brutal part of behavioral leaks is this: every day, they feed your subconscious with evidence. I won't change. I won't take responsibility. I can't handle it. And that evidence becomes a belief, and that belief becomes the base color of your magnetism. Now, add up the scores from all 3 categories, and you'll get a very clear picture of your situation. If language has the highest score, your issue isn't a lack of opportunities. It's that you're withdrawing your receiving permission every day. You need to start by changing the instructions you give yourself. If emotion has the highest score, your issue isn't that your methods are wrong. It's that your body perceives money as a threat. You need to build a stable ability to receive first. If behavior has the highest score, your issue isn't that you don't understand. It's that you've been using short-term comfort to buy long-term scarcity. You need an alignment action, something so small it's almost ridiculous, but done consistently. You might also find that all 3 categories are somewhat high, and that's not unusual. It just means that this leaking program has been running for a long time. But the good news is, as soon as you can break it down, you can start shutting it down, piece by piece. Next, we're moving into the immediate damage control section. I'll walk you through 3 quick actions that will pull your system out of defense mode and back into receiving mode. Then, I'll give you a precise method for patching the Leaks in each of the 3 areas so you can start seeing change from today. Before we dive into the specific methods, there's something I need to make crystal clear, because this will determine whether any exercises you do from here on out actually work. When you're still leaking energy, the more you try to manifest, the more likely you are to crash. The more you try to get rich, the more you're going to feel anxious, because you're simultaneously expecting results, while continuing to send your system signals of scarcity, fear, and avoidance that it's like pouring water into a bucket with a hole in the bottom. The harder you pour, the more desperate you get, but that urgency just raises the frequency of scarcity even higher. So the hole gets bigger. That's why we first need to stop the leak. The goal of damage control isn't to make you stay in positive energy all the time, that it's to give you a skill that, when you start feeling tight, panicked, self-doubting, or impulsive, you can bring yourself back to stability within 1 minute. Once you've built that skill, your magnetism will become much more stable, and money will not only be drawn to you more easily, but it will also be more likely to stay. Now, let's do a 1-minute exercise together that I recommend you actually do it, not just listen, because your body will give you instant feedback when you take action. The first part is called stop. When you notice you're in a scarcity mindset, the first thing is to interrupt your autopilot. Say to yourself, in your mind, pause. I'm running the scarcity program. This might seem simple, but it will immediately pull you out of the emotion and shift you from, this is just how I am, to, I'm experiencing a state. This is the first step to reclaiming your power of choice. The second part is called loosen. Release your body from defense mode. The most common leak of wealth energy is physical tension. Focus on 3 areas: your jaw, shoulders, and abdomen. Gently release the tension in your jaw, drop your shoulders, and soften your abdomen just a little bit. Then, do 3 rounds of breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, exhale for 6 seconds. You'll notice that as your exhale lengthens, your brain will slowly shift from, something is wrong, to, I can handle this. The third part is called allow. Once your body feels a bit looser, give your system a clear receiving instruction. Say, I allow money to come to me in a safe, stable, and sustainable way. I also allow myself to receive and keep it. Notice, the key here isn't whether you fully believe it, but whether you're willing to let your system switch from rejecting to receiving. A lot of people get stuck and feel poorer the harder they try, because their frequency is one of grasping, chasing, and urgency. Urgency narrows you, and that narrowness makes it harder to receive. When your receiving ability weakens, opportunities slip away. Take a moment to notice how your body feels after doing this. This is the shift you need to create the space for wealth to enter. Now, take a moment to pause and notice how you feel after completing that exercise. You don't need to force yourself to feel happy or perfect. Just ask yourself 3 simple questions. Is my chest a little more relaxed than before? Is my breathing a bit longer than it was? Has my mind shifted from a gap to a bit more clarity? If the answer is yes, then you've proven something important. Your energy field is not a fixed thing. It can be adjusted by your actions. If the answer is no, that's okay too. It usually means you have a heavier emotional leak, and you might need to do a couple more rounds of the loosen part. Let your body first feel that it's safe now. Because when your body is still in alert mode, any affirmation will feel empty and ineffective. The key here is to give your body the space and reassurance to feel stable, before you can fully shift the rest of your mindset. If your language leak score is the highest, the most important thing you need to practice next isn't forcing yourself to chant affirmations, but rather changing your most frequent, negative confirmations, into choice confirmations. The former locks your system into judgment, the latter opens up a channel of possibility. For example, when you want to say, "I can't afford it," replace it with, "I'm choosing not to buy it right now. I'm conserving energy for more important goals." When you want to say, "Money is too hard to make," replace it with, "I'm learning smarter ways to earn." When you want to say, "I can't do it," replace it with, "I don't know how yet, but I'm willing to start practicing." This isn't just a word game that it's about rewriting your system's default channel, from closed to open, from denial to choice, that you'll be amazed at how, when you consistently use choice confirmations, your behavior naturally becomes more proactive. You'll feel more willing to negotiate prices, more courageous to advocate for what you deserve, and more eager to learn, because your system is no longer hearing, "I can't," it's hearing, "I'm moving forward." If your emotional leak score is the highest, your repair actions must start from the body, because it's not that you don't understand the logic, you do. It's that your body automatically contracts whenever it sees money. Here's a small training exercise for you. Every day, at a fixed time, for just 2 minutes, open your balance or your bill. Don't judge. Don't self-blame. You only do 2 things. 1. Lengthen your exhale. 2. Keep your shoulders and abdomen relaxed. Then, say this to yourself mentally, "I see this. This is information, not a threat. I can handle this." You are training a very rare ability here, the ability to remain stable when facing numbers. What is stability? Stability is a container. Money will be more willing to flow toward more stable containers, because stability means you can receive it, and it also means you won't make impulsive decisions when you feel tense. This practice will gradually shift your relationship with money, making your system more able to hold and manage it. If your behavior leak score is the highest, you need to remember one key principle: your actions must be ridiculously small, small enough that you can do them today. Otherwise, your system will keep procrastinating and reinforcing the belief of, "I can't do it." Choose one of the 3 actions below, and do it every day for 7 days. 1. Cancel one unnecessary subscription or an impulse shopping access point, treat it as patching the leak. 2. Set up an automatic transfer for savings, even if it's a tiny amount, treat it as building structure. 3. Spend 3 minutes each day writing down today's cash flow, income, expenses, and the next step you'll take, treat it as turning money from blurry to clear. The key isn't the amount of money, it's that every day, you're doing one money-friendly action. When you complete this exercise for 7 consecutive days, your system will receive new evidence. I'm managing. I'm aligning. I'm receiving. Once that evidence shows up, your magnetic field will begin to shift. At this point, you've already gained an important tool. You can switch off the leak whenever you notice it, and you know exactly which type of leak you have and how to patch it. But if you stop here, you might find yourself slipping back into old patterns, because the reason leaks become habits is usually driven by something deeper. I call it your core fear. It's the reason you see money as a threat, the reason you use scarcity to protect yourself, and the reason you feel the urge to escape when growth is close. In the next section, we'll dig into this core fear, not to heal old wounds, but to help you build an internal structure of safety that will allow you to start receiving, keeping, and sustaining. Once you address this fear, you'll have the foundation to truly step into abundance with confidence. Now, we're going to do something crucial, and something very few are willing to do. Don't focus on, how do I get rich, right now. Instead, focus on, why do I resist receiving more money? Because the root of your leak is often not that you don't want to be wealthy, but that on a deeper level, your system believes wealth is unsafe. Your subconscious automatically links more money to certain costs, like more responsibility, more conflict, more attention, or more potential loss. So, it uses scarcity to keep you in a familiar zone. Even if that zone isn't comfortable, it's still predictable, and in the subconscious mind, predictable equals safe. This is why the idea of more wealth can feel like a threat. Your system is trying to protect you by keeping you in what it knows, even if it's limiting or uncomfortable. To truly step into wealth, you'll need to address this deeper fear of safety. Once you shift this belief, you'll unlock your capacity to receive more, without fear, without resistance, and with confidence. The first type of core fear is very common. It's called fear of losing control. Think back to any experiences in your life that might resonate with this. You had a little progress or success, and then suddenly something went wrong. Maybe you lost money, had an unexpected setback, experienced a relationship breakdown, or suddenly felt emotionally overwhelmed. Or maybe you've seen others around you, who once had money, suddenly change. They became unhappy, unstable, or even reckless. These experiences leave behind a powerful conclusion in your body: money leads to instability. So, when you begin to get closer to growth or more wealth, your system will quietly apply the brakes. It will make you more picky, more cautious, more procrastinating, even using rational analysis to talk yourself out of opportunities. You think you're protecting yourself, but what you're actually protecting is the fear of losing control, the fear of having to face those past experiences again. To break through this fear, you'll need to redefine what stability means for you. Once you do, you'll stop unconsciously sabotaging your growth, and start allowing yourself to expand without that fear of losing control. The second type of core fear is called fear of relationships. This fear stems from a very primal need, the need to be accepted by the group. Many people grow up being subtly taught an unspoken rule: don't stand out too much. Don't be too greedy. Don't be too successful, or you'll be judged, envied, or excluded. As a result, you might make a quiet, hidden exchange with yourself: I can have less money, but I want to be safely liked. This belief leads to a reluctance to raise your prices, to say no, to push for what you deserve. It makes you hesitant to appear like you want too much. In fact, you might even find ways to spend, give away, or compensate your money after earning it, so you can return to the place of, I'm just like everyone else. Because that's when you feel safe. This fear often sabotages your ability to fully step into your worth. Once you recognize this dynamic, you can start shifting it, so that you can thrive without the fear of losing connection or being rejected. You deserve both success and acceptance. And once you heal this fear, you'll no longer need to trade one for the other. The third type of core fear is called fear of value. This fear often disguises itself as humility, realism, or even a sense of moral superiority. You might believe that people who make a lot of money are just lucky, have strong connections, or are opportunistic, and that someone like you, regular person, doesn't deserve that much. Or perhaps you feel that because you've made mistakes, wasted time, or failed in the past, you don't deserve more. This fear's most direct expression is, as soon as you have a little money, you begin to get anxious. You fear losing it. You become afraid to spend, to invest, or to make any decisions that would allow money to flow. Instead, you treat money like something that must be held tightly, but holding it too tightly only increases your anxiety. and anxiety, in turn, leads you to make worse decisions. You think you're protecting your money, but in reality, you're using fear to drain its energy. When you try to control and hold on to money out of fear, it only creates a cycle of scarcity. To break this pattern, you need to address your fear of value, and learn to trust your worth and the flow of money. Once you do, money will no longer feel like something you have to hold on to desperately. Instead, you'll begin to allow it to circulate freely, creating more abundance for you. Now, I'm going to give you a very effective positioning exercise. You don't need to write a lot, just honestly answer these 3 sentences. 1. When I think about suddenly having 10 times my current income, the thing I'm most afraid of is what? 2. When I think about others knowing I earn more, the thing I'm most afraid of is how they'll judge me. 3. When I think about the life I truly want, the thing I'm most afraid of not being able to handle is what? You'll notice that the answers you write down probably won't be, I'm afraid of having too much money. Instead, they might sound like, I'm afraid of losing relationships. I'm afraid of losing control. I'm afraid people will dislike me. I'm afraid I can't handle it. I'm afraid I'll change for the worse. Seeing this is crucial because when you understand what you're actually afraid of, you'll stop blaming everything on, I can't make money. You'll realize, what you're missing isn't the right method, what you're missing is an internal structure that makes you feel safe enough to receive and manage it. Here's a critical shift that will determine your success or failure. Don't treat fear as the enemy. Fear isn't here to destroy you. It's your system's alarm bell, telling you, this area needs safety. In the past, when you heard the alarm, your reaction was to try to shut it off. You either forced yourself into positive thinking or pushed yourself into overdrive, or just avoided it altogether, but this only made the alarm louder. A more mature approach is to listen to the alarm and say, I know you're trying to protect me, but we need to upgrade how we protect ourselves. Instead of using scarcity as protection, we'll start using structure as protection. In the next section, we're going to do that upgrade. I'll guide you to build an internal safety system, so your body can believe, money won't destroy me. So your subconscious can believe, I can handle this. Once this system is in place, you'll start to notice a shift. You won't feel so urgent, you won't be so afraid. You'll begin to feel more stable, and stability, that's the foundation for attracting wealth. Many people believe that what they're missing is more drive, tougher discipline, or higher goals, but if you've reflected on the 3 questions earlier, you'll realize that what you're truly missing is a container that can remain stable in the face of more. When things like money, opportunities, raises, orders, or partnerships start showing up, if your system doesn't feel safe, it will automatically perceive these as uncertainty. And uncertainty triggers defense, which in turn triggers leaks. You'll find yourself procrastinating, hesitating, nitpicking, avoiding, impulse spending, or even pushing opportunities away, and then you'll tell yourself, I'm just unlucky. To explain this internal safety system I'm talking about is about training yourself to not collapse, shrink, or escape when more shows up. It's about being able to steadily receive it, and then clearly allocate, grow, and retain it. Once this system is in place, you'll stop sabotaging yourself in the face of opportunity, and instead, you'll have the capacity to handle more with ease and stability. Let's start with the body, because the most powerful emotional leaks happen when your body makes decisions before you even have a chance to think rationally. I want you to remember one important rule from today onwards. When you think about money, see a number, or need to make a decision, if your body feels tight, don't make any big decisions right then. Take a moment to bring yourself back to stability first. Otherwise, any decision you make in that moment will likely be driven by the need to escape discomfort, rather than to foster growth. You can turn stability into a very short, simple practice. Start by lengthening your exhale, relax your shoulders and jaw, then focus your attention on your feet or abdomen and tell yourself, I'm safe now. I can handle this. The purpose of this action is to take you out of defense mode and back into a choice mode. Once you can do this, you'll find that you're not as easily swept away by emotions. You won't be as quick to use consumption or avoidance as a form of emotional relief. This practice allows you to make decisions from a place of stability, instead of reacting to discomfort. For many people, their core fear comes from a hidden equation: money equals danger. What you need to do is break that equation apart and place money back in its rightful position. Money is information. It's a tool that it will amplify the patterns you already have, but it's not a moral judgment. When you view money as a threat, you will use avoidance to seek safety. When you view money as information, you will use clarity to seek safety. So, every day, you need to do a very simple recoding exercise. When you see your balance or a bill, don't immediately think, I'm doing badly. Instead, just say, this is information. Then, ask yourself, what's the next smallest alignment action? When you shift from evaluation to next step, you'll move from inner conflict to control, and that feeling of control will make your system feel safer. As your sense of safety increases, the leaks will naturally shrink. This exercise will retrain your system to see money as something you can handle, not something that controls you. You just need to establish 3 small structures. 1. A fixed time to check numbers. For example, every evening for 2 minutes, make it a habit to check your accounts and today's expenses. Let seeing become a regular part of your routine. Point 2. An automated action. For instance, set up an automatic transfer for a small amount. This gives your system evidence that I'm saving. 3. A growth action. Start with 10 minutes a day to learn or produce something that can be monetized. This sends the message to your system that, I'm getting stronger. You'll notice that once these 3 actions happen consistently for 7 days, your body will feel noticeably more stable, because it no longer needs to use anxiety to remind you that, you're not managing things. This simple structure helps create a sense of control, stability, and alignment, allowing you to move toward financial confidence with a clearer mindset. For many people, the reason manifestation or making money feels blocked isn't because the methods are wrong, but because their identity hasn't upgraded. You may say you want more, but deep down, you still see yourself as the person who can't keep it, can't hold it, can't sustain it. Upgrading your identity isn't about chanting slogans. It's about gradually building a new version of yourself using verifiable small evidence. Each day, you just need to do one small thing that proves you can handle more. For example, paying off a bill on time, saying no to impulse spending, speaking your price out loud, completing a small task you've been avoiding. Then, say to yourself something very specific: I am becoming someone who can handle more. As you accumulate this evidence, your subconscious will slowly start to believe, receiving won't destroy me. I can manage. I can keep it. This process will allow you to step into your new identity, the one that can confidently receive, manage, and sustain wealth. Here's a very practical exercise specifically designed to solve the problem of, I get more anxious when money comes in. Set yourself a buffer zone principle. This means that whenever new income or windfall comes in, you don't rush to spend it, and you don't make any major decisions right away. Instead, let it sit in your account for 3 days. During these 3 days, you'll do just 2 things. 1. Observe your emotional fluctuations around this money. See if you suddenly feel the urge to reward yourself, make an impulsive purchase, or get rid of it by spending it or sending it away to feel comfortable at your usual level. 2. Allocate it into a clear structure. For example, divide it into categories. 1 part stays. 1 part is used for growth, investing or improving skills. 1 part is for daily living expenses. This exercise may seem simple, but it's teaching your system that money coming in isn't an emergency. Money coming in is a manageable event. Once you can do this consistently, you'll notice a significant reduction in leaks, because you no longer need to use spending as a way to relieve the discomfort of having more. By creating this space and structure, you'll naturally start to handle incoming money with more ease and stability. At this point, you'll begin to notice a change. You're no longer in such a rush to grab results. You're more stable, more clear, and you're more willing to face numbers. This is the sign that your internal safety system has started to work. However, reaching this point with the video alone isn't enough, because for many people, leaks don't just happen within themselves, they also happen externally. Things like environment, relationships, information, social comparisons, and consumer stimuli constantly pull your frequency back into scarcity. So, the next section is about external leak prevention. This isn't about retreating from the world. It's about learning how to set boundaries, clear sources of stimulation, and protect your energy. Making sure that the stability you've worked hard to build won't be easily shattered by the daily noise and drains. By putting these external protections in place, you ensure that your internal progress remains intact and that you can continue to grow without being easily knocked off course. You've already started building your internal safety system, but external factors, like your environment, relationships, and the flow of information, can directly influence your energy field, especially when you're surrounded by negativity, anxiety, and energy-draining influences. It's easy to unconsciously get pulled into others' emotional and energy frequencies, which then triggers your own leak behaviors. Imagine this: if the people around you are constantly talking about, "I'm broke," "I'm not good enough," or "this is as good as it gets," these energies will directly impact your thoughts and emotions. You'll unknowingly start absorbing that energy and might even start underestimating your own value. On the flip side, when you're in an environment that supports, encourages, and promotes growth, you'll notice that you become more motivated, your thoughts become clearer, and your actions become more purposeful and executed. This is why so many successful people maintain a positive energy and a high-frequency social circle, because they know that the people around you and the content you engage with determine your frequency, and your frequency is what dictates your ability to receive and create. To stay in alignment with your goals, you need to consciously curate your environment, your relationships, and the information you consume, ensuring that they support and elevate your energy and mindset, rather than drain or misalign them. Your social circle has a profound impact on you, especially when you're surrounded by draining relationships. These connections not only make you feel like you're not good enough, but they also pull you away from the path you want to walk. You've probably had this experience. When you communicate with certain people, you feel like your energy is drained, your ideas are dismissed, and you start doubting whether you can actually succeed. On the other hand, when you talk to others, you feel empowered, inspired, and ready to take action. This is no coincidence. It's the energy exchange that happens in interpersonal relationships. The people you interact with directly influence your internal frequency. So, it's crucial to make active choices, remove the energy-draining relationships, stay away from people who constantly hold you back, especially those who complain, procrastinate, or stay negative. You don't need to immediately cut everyone out of your life, but at the very least, reduce the frequency of your contact with them, create space for a social circle that is positive, encouraging, and supportive. This is the key to truly protecting your energy and wealth magnetism. By surrounding yourself with people who uplift and inspire you, you're ensuring that your frequency stays aligned with growth, success, and abundance. The same principle applies to the information flow you're exposed to every day, especially on social media and in the news. That if you spend a significant amount of time in these information streams, what you often see is not opportunity, but panic, anxiety, competition, comparison, and unease. You don't see how to break through, or how to grow, but instead, you see others complaining about the difficulties of life and the uncertainty of the future. This type of information directly impacts your emotions, influences your choices, and even affects your financial decisions. That if every time you open your phone, you're overwhelmed by negative information, you'll start feeling anxious, and may even turn to impulsive spending to ease that anxiety. You need to actively control your information flow, block out information that brings negative emotions and anxiety, reduce unnecessary social media scrolling, regularly clean up your accounts and groups that drain your energy. At the same time, you should deliberately increase the sources of positive, inspiring information, insightful books, interviews with successful people, content that motivates your growth. By doing this, you'll start tuning your frequency higher, and when you operate at a higher frequency, you'll find that opportunities come more easily to you. This is how you maintain an elevated energy field that attracts the right opportunities, people, and wealth. In addition to relationships and information flow, your consumer habits are another key point that can lead to wealth energy leakage. When you use consumption to cope with anxiety, emptiness, or stress, you're essentially providing temporary solutions for your insecurity and fear, but these solutions are short-term and illusory, often intensifying your inner sense of scarcity. For example, you might impulsively buy something you don't need, spend money, but still feel empty inside. Or, you buy luxury items to feel temporarily comfortable, but end up with more guilt and unease, and even worry about losing those possessions. True wealth creators recognize that consumption should be used to create more opportunities and enhance long-term gains, not just for immediate gratification or escape. So, it's time to start reflecting on your consumption behavior and ask yourself, does each purchase align with my long-term goals? Is it increasing my self-worth or enhancing my future prospects? You can try keeping a spending log to record each expense and reflect on whether it positively impacts your future. By doing this, you'll reduce impulsive spending driven by immediate satisfaction and shift your focus towards self-improvement and growth. This practice will help you create a more intentional relationship with money, where each decision contributes to your long-term wealth rather than just providing temporary relief. Finally, let's talk about how to make adjustments in your physical space, because your environment subtly impacts your wealth energy. You might notice that when your surroundings are cluttered, chaotic, or suffocating, your mental state often mirrors that. Stuck in a low-frequency state, this directly impacts your ability to manage finances, make decisions, and handle money effectively. You can improve this by making simple space adjustments to create a cleaner, more efficient energy field. Start by decluttering. Get rid of items you no longer need in your home. Keep your workspace tidy and focused, so your environment supports your growth and prosperity. Consider setting up a prosperity corner at home For example, place small objects on your desk that symbolize wealth and good fortune, or put visual reminders of your financial goals in visible areas, like goal lists, a savings jar, or motivational phrases. These small details will subtly amplify your wealth frequency, shifting the energy around you to one that supports abundance. By intentionally creating an environment that reflects growth and wealth, you align your physical space with your financial energy. As you make these changes, you'll notice a shift not just in your surroundings, but in how you feel about money and your ability to manage it. Now that you know how to protect yourself from external leaks, let's move on to the most practical step: how to stabilize your wealth magnetism in your everyday life. This routine isn't complicated, nor does it require you to do hard, exhausting work. The purpose is simple. You'll spend 10 minutes a day pulling yourself out of scarcity mode and ensuring your system stays in receiving, creating, and growing mode. In the next section, I'll give you a very simple, wealth magnetism daily routine. Do this for 10 minutes a day for 7 consecutive days, and see what changes. The goal here is consistency. This routine is designed to help you maintain an abundant mindset without overwhelming you, just a small, intentional investment in your growth each day. Let's dive into the wealth magnetism daily routine. 1. 10-minute morning reflection. Start by setting aside 10 minutes in the morning, or any time that fits your schedule, to reflect. Focus on gratitude for the wealth you already have and the opportunities you've received. Write down 3 things you're grateful for that are connected to your finances, work, or growth. Say, I am open to receiving more. 2. Positive affirmations. Spend 3 minutes saying positive affirmations aloud or in your mind. I am worthy of wealth and success. I am capable of managing and growing my wealth. Money flows to me easily and in abundance. I am in control of my financial destiny. 3. Visualizing your wealth goals. Spend 3 minutes visualizing your financial goals. Picture yourself confidently achieving these goals, whether it's earning more, saving more, or managing your money well. See yourself living the life you want, with wealth and stability flowing to you. 4. Actionable step. Spend the remaining 4 minutes on a simple financial task that supports your goals. This could be anything from checking your account balance, reviewing your budget, setting up an automatic savings plan, or taking a small step toward a bigger financial goal. By doing this routine consistently, you'll shift your energy and your actions into alignment with your wealth goals. Try it for 7 days, and see how your mindset, decisions, and even your opportunities shift. Many people are familiar with the concept of small actions leading to big results, but they often overlook a key point. Consistent small actions are the core of your wealth magnetism. You don't need to spend hours meditating every day or create complex plans. What you need is just 10 minutes a day doing your wealth magnetism routine. With these small daily actions, you'll stabilize your energy frequency and keep your system in a clear, stable, receiving, and growth-oriented state. Over time, you'll find that these simple actions bring about huge changes, not just an increase in income, but more importantly, a shift in your mindset, decisions, and actions. Your decisions will become more powerful, and your actions will become more efficient. The next routine I'll share is tailored specifically for you. It doesn't require any extra complicated steps. All you need to do is stick with it every day, and these simple actions will help you build a strong wealth container that can receive and retain every flow of wealth. Let's dive into your personal wealth magnetism routine. 1. Daily gratitude practice. 2 minutes. Spend 2 minutes each day listing 3 things you're grateful for related to your finances or growth. This could include your current income, opportunities you've had, or the skills you're developing. Gratitude shifts your energy to abundance, making you more open to receiving. 2. Positive financial affirmations. 2 minutes. Take a moment to say or think these affirmations. I am worthy of wealth. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly. I am capable of managing and growing my wealth. I am open to receiving opportunities and abundance. These affirmations help to rewire your subconscious and boost your self-belief. 3. Visualizing your goals. 2 minutes. Spend 2 minutes visualizing your financial goals. Picture yourself achieving what you desire, whether it's a raise, a new business opportunity, or financial independence. The clearer your vision, the more focused your actions will be to achieve it. 4. Take one small financial action. 4 minutes. Take 4 minutes to do a small financial task that aligns with your wealth goals. This could be reviewing your budget, saving a small amount, checking your investments, or setting up an automated payment plan. It's about showing your system that you are actively managing your wealth. Why this works? These simple, consistent actions will gradually raise your wealth frequency. By spending just 10 minutes a day, you'll train your system to stay in a stable, growth-oriented mindset that in the long run, these actions will result in better decision-making, increased clarity, and more effective steps toward your financial goals. With consistency, you'll build a solid foundation for your wealth container, allowing you to attract, retain, and grow your financial energy with ease. This wealth magnetism daily routine is divided into 3 parts. 1. Clearing and releasing. 2. Receiving and aligning. 3. Action and growth. Each part corresponds to a key dimension in your wealth energy management, and these small practices will help you maintain long-term stability, reduce leaks, and enhance your attraction to wealth. 1. Clearing and releasing goal. This part helps you release negative energies, limiting beliefs, and past financial baggage that could be draining your wealth energy. Daily practice. Take 2 minutes to reflect on any negative thoughts or feelings you have around money. Write down or simply acknowledge any limiting beliefs you hold about wealth, e.g., money is hard to get or I'm not good enough for abundance. Imagine these beliefs dissolving, and consciously release them. You can picture them fading away or imagine them being erased from your system. 2. Receiving and aligning goal. This part trains you to be in a constant state of receptivity and alignment with your financial goals. Daily practice. Spend 2 minutes visualizing the wealth you desire, seeing it coming into your life naturally. Affirm your readiness to receive by saying or thinking, black small square, I am worthy of abundance. Black small square, I am ready to receive wealth, opportunities, and growth. Black small square, I am aligned with my financial goals. Practice feeling the emotions of already having what you desire, which signals your subconscious that it is safe to receive. 3. Action and growth goal. This part focuses on taking tangible steps to move you closer to your goals, reinforcing the belief that action is a powerful tool for creating wealth. Daily practice. Dedicate 4 minutes to taking one small action towards your wealth goals. Black small square. This could be reviewing your budget, setting up a new income stream, learning something related to financial growth, or making a small investment in your future. Focus on actions that align with your values and growth, making sure each step you take feels connected to your long-term financial vision. Why this routine works. Clearing and releasing eliminates the internal barriers to wealth, freeing up your energy. Receiving and aligning helps you stay open to opportunities and aligned with your abundance mindset. action and growth ensures that you're actively progressing, reinforcing your ability to create and retain wealth. By practicing these three parts consistently, you'll build a stable, grounded, and powerful wealth magnetism, making it easier to attract, receive, and sustain abundance over time. The first part is clearing and releasing, and its goal is to eliminate the negative signals and scarcity noise in your inner world around wealth. In this part, you'll spend 2 minutes each day writing down 3 negative thoughts or emotions you have about money, no matter how small they are. For example, I don't have money again. I'm afraid to spend. I'm worried it won't be enough. Maybe this is all I'll ever have. Once you've written them down, immediately add a positive reversal after each one, like, I am learning how to manage my finances. I am finding more sources of income. I believe I am enough. The purpose of this process is to interrupt the inertia of negative thinking that you'll be turning, I'm not worthy, into, I am receiving, and giving your subconscious a new instruction. Scarcity is not reality. It is a mindset I can choose to shift. By consistently clearing and reversing every day, you'll notice your thought patterns starting to change. Your inner scarcity won't automatically trigger anymore. Instead, you'll begin to experience more acceptance and trust. This simple but powerful exercise is designed to retrain your mind, freeing you from limiting beliefs and helping you build a more abundant mindset. The second part is receiving and aligning, and its core is to actively activate your receiving mode. Many people feel like, I'm not enough, or, I can't have more, but in most cases, the problem isn't, can I get it? The real question is, am I ready to receive? Every time you think, I'm not worthy, or, I can't do it, your system subconsciously turns off the receive button. So, in this part, our goal is to spend 5 minutes every day using visualization and emotional regulation to activate your receiving mode. Here's how you can do it. You can choose to do this exercise either in the morning or before bed. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Focus your attention on your heart center, the area around your chest. Feel a sense of abundance flow from your heart and spread throughout your entire body. Imagine yourself already having the income and life you desire, and allow yourself to truly feel the arrival of these things. During this process, try not to feel anxious or rush to want. Instead, focus on feeling a sense of, I deserve this, I am worthy of this, a calm, trusting feeling that you'll notice that after each practice, your body and emotional state will become lighter, more open, and more receptive to the opportunities and changes coming your way. This exercise is all about shifting your energy into alignment with receiving, so that your system is ready to allow in all the good that's on its way. The final part is action and growth, and it's all about taking one small, specific aligned action every day to support your wealth goals. Many times, you'll realize that wealth doesn't come from just waiting for it to happen. It's found in action. You need to take one simple, aligned action each day, even if it's something as small as a few minutes. Here are some examples of actions that can align with your financial goals. You could set up a small automatic transfer, even if the amount is tiny, and create a savings goal that you follow. You could make a simple financial plan, like listing your expected income and expenses for the next month, and decide what percentage of your income you want to set aside for wealth growth. Or you could set a small goal, like learning a new financial skill or having a conversation with a potential client about a future collaboration, even if the outcome isn't perfect. The key is taking action, no matter how small. even if the result isn't perfect. The important part is that you moved from a waiting state to an execution state. Each small step you take will build a stronger wealth container for you, constantly reinforcing your ability to receive and align with wealth. Through consistent action, you'll create momentum that drives you forward, strengthens your system, and deepens your connection to the wealth you're attracting. The 3 parts of this routine together take only 10 minutes a day. You might wonder, what difference can this really make? But let me tell you, true change doesn't come from a sudden wealth in the short term. It comes from the small alignments and accumulations you make every day. While 10 minutes may seem simple, it's a habit, and habits are what change your internal system, transform your perception of wealth, and shift your attitude toward receiving. As you consistently practice these small actions, you'll notice that over time, your system becomes more stable. You'll naturally begin attracting more opportunities, resources, and energy, and these changes will start to show up in your life through your daily actions. Remember, none of this is about forcing yourself to do things. It's about using your daily habits and alignment to help you receive more and approach your wealth goals with more confidence. The small, intentional actions you take each day will gradually build momentum, and over time, they will lead to lasting transformation. While practicing the wealth magnetism daily routine, many people make a common mistake. They treat the 10 minutes a day as pressure, rather than as an act of alignment. You might think, I didn't do it perfectly today, what now? Am I not trying hard enough? This is actually a classic form of anxiety-driven behavior. You start treating each small action as something you have to do under pressure, rather than enjoying the inner balance and relaxation it brings. Remember, your wealth magnetism daily routine isn't about completing a task. It's about re-establishing a stable contract with yourself so you can return to a stable frequency every day, without relying on external pressure to drive you. The routine is meant to help you feel grounded, centered, and aligned, not stressed out. So if you miss a day or don't feel perfect, that's okay. The key is consistency, not perfection. Be gentle with yourself as you go through the process, and enjoy the calm and balance that comes from doing it, rather than viewing it as a checklist to tick off. Another common pitfall is the rush to see results, specifically, the immediate increase in income, which can lead to frustration if those results don't show up right away. Wealth doesn't change overnight. It's a process of growth from the inside out, and the most important thing is to stabilize your system first. Don't let high expectations create unnecessary pressure. Instead, focus on steady progress. Stability is the foundation of your wealth magnetism, and it often takes time to build. When you're practicing the wealth magnetism routine, trust the process. Be patient as you observe the small changes happening within you. Those tiny shifts are the true foundation of your future abundance. Remember, real change takes time. The consistency of your daily practices will gradually lead you to a place of inner stability, and from there, wealth will naturally begin to flow. Trust that each step, no matter how small, is part of your long-term growth and success. Finally, another common mistake is ignoring external protection, allowing the emotions of others, the information you consume, and your external environment to interfere with your energy field. You don't need to isolate yourself from all social interactions or information flow, but you must consciously set boundaries to block out information and energy that causes you anxiety or keeps you at a low frequency. Only when you establish clear boundaries will your wealth magnetism become stronger. When you protect yourself from external distractions and negativity, the outside environment can then become an ally in your growth, rather than a drag on your energy. Take responsibility for what you allow into your energy field, whether it's conversations, media, or social media. When you protect your space, you create an environment where your wealth can thrive, and your frequency can remain aligned with abundance. Great! Now that you know how to clear leaks, build internal and external safety, and stabilize your wealth magnetism in your daily routine, the next challenge is simple. For the next 7 days, do the wealth magnetism daily routine each day, then, head to the comments section and tell me which area you most want to change, or share the first feedback you've received from this routine. If you're willing to take on this challenge with me, I'll be regularly answering your questions in the comments and helping you work through any challenges you encounter along the way. That I end the next session, we'll dive deeper into how to maintain the long-term growth of this magnetism, so that your wealth becomes stable and sustainable. Are you ready? In the comments, let me know you're ready to start, and type, "Challenge has begun." Let's move toward a higher wealth frequency together. You've now completed the core part of this video, and this is the moment when your energy can truly start to shift. That I know that at the beginning, you might have doubts. Will this method really work? Can I keep this up? But the fact that you've made it this far proves that you have the potential to change, to receive, and to manage wealth. So, today's challenge is simple. For the next 7 days, follow this wealth magnetism daily routine every day. Feel free to share your daily feedback in the comments, whether it's about the habits you want to change, the specific financial habit you want to work on, or the first shift you notice this week. The key here is, once you start, no matter the outcome, you've already taken a huge step towards wealth and success. That you're actively creating space for abundance to flow in, and that's the most important part of the journey. That I'm excited to see your progress and to support you through this challenge. Let's keep moving forward, and start building that strong foundation for your wealth magnetism. Tell me in the comments that your wealth magnetism challenge has begun by typing, "Challenge has begun." Share with me what you most want to change, or let me know any small shifts you've already started to feel. If you found today's video helpful, click the subscribe button below and turn on the bell notification so you won't miss any new content. In the next episode, I'll continue breaking down how to keep your wealth magnetism growing, how to build a long-term wealth management system, and help you achieve consistent, stable wealth growth. If you know friends who are facing similar challenges, share this video with them. Let's all do the wealth magnetism challenge together and help more people tap into the power of abundance and stability. In the next video, we'll dive deeper into how to maintain and expand the wealth magnetism you've already started building. We'll make it a permanent part of your life and use it to propel you towards your financial goals. I'm ready. Are you ready to take on the challenge? Take action now and start your new wealth journey today.